Have you ever wondered what's going on inside an air engineer's brain? Or are you curious how planes work? Well, you've come to the right video. Hi, I'm Abulencia, your tour guide in learning the beauty of aircraft. At first, I thought airplane just popped out of nowhere and voila, it's running in the runway and ready to take flight. But little did I know it started from the magical place called brain of Leonardo da Vinci. With a complicated sketch and brainstorming, he surely found the conclusion that human doesn't have the ability to fly, so he started proposing flying machines and started to catch bird-like wings, also called as ornithopter wings. Guess what? Of course it failed and can be proved by Robert Hooke in 1965 that artificial wings can support human body during a flight. As time passes by, hot air balloon was invented by the great people namely Joseph Antoine Montgolfier in 1783, and soon followed by the invention of gas balloon by Professor Jacques Charles. A few years has passed. Who knew a simple kite can change the world of aviation? With the help of Sir George Cayley, he unlocked the secrets of wing flight, which gave him the title of the father of aerial navigation. This is where it all began. Several inventions have helped in the improvement of human flight, one of which is the invention of William Samuel Henson's monoplane propelled by a steam engine which failed but gave us a glimpse of hope that human flight is possible. Next inventor is Otto Lilienthal, who gave the word that human flight in aircraft heavier than air is practical. It shows that we're one step closer to successful human flight. Finally, the well-known and loved brothers of aviation industry, the Wright brothers. Their biplane are also known as the Flyer, had a successful flight, flown for a total of 98 seconds on 4 flights. Now planes continue to improve for better experience and safe flight. Who knew planes started from the suggestion of Leonardo da Vinci and went through a lot of process just to give humans the ability to fly? Now, for the main question, how does plane levitate? First of all, let's talk about parts of a plane, namely fuselage, wings, empennage, power plant, and landing gear. It may sound unfamiliar, but let me assure you that you'll understand it in less than a minute. The fuselage is where you sit in and connects all the other parts of the plane, or can be called as the main body. The things that attach on it sideways is called wings. This is where the magic happens. The current of the wind gliding to the wings is a factor why planes levitate continuously mid-air. The next part that is attached at the tip of the fuselage is the empennage, where navigation and detours happen. If the plane wants to turn left or right, the empennage is suitable for this job. Next one is the power plant. Power plant is the reason why planes move forward. Its main job is to get the plane move forward, nothing more and nothing less. Lastly, the landing gear. We can move the plane and bring it to the runway if it doesn't have its own tires. That's when landing gears comes in, which give us the plane the ability to move itself, with the help of a pilot of course, to move into its desired locations, especially when you're taxiing. Without further ado, planes levitate because of the 4 forces that is being applied onto it, namely the lift, thrust, weight, and drag. Lift is the force that acts at a right angle to the direction of motion through the air. Lift is created by differences in air pressure. Drag is the force that acts opposite to the direction of motion. Drag is caused by friction and differences in pressure. Weight is the force of gravity. It acts downward direction toward the center of the earth. Lastly, thrust is a force that propels a flying machine in the direction of motion. Engines produce that thrust. Here's the factors why planes levitate. Without one, the plane can malfunction. For additional information, here are the theories that explain why production of lift is possible. Namely, Newton's basic laws of motion, which includes first, second, and third laws. Also, Bernoulli's principle of differential pressure. To start with, the Newton's basic law of motion. First law means to say that an object can only move if a force is being applied onto it. The second law of motion states that the acceleration of an object depends on the net force acting on the object and the mass of the object. Lastly, the third law. It says that in every action, there must be an equal and opposite reaction. Moving on, the Bernoulli's principle of differential pressure. This principle says that when the velocity of the fluid or air increases, the pressure decreases and vice versa. That's the only knowledge I can bestow upon you, my dear audience. But if I were to get some additional information, I'll gladly share it to all of you. Once again, I'm Ivan Abulencia, wishing you all to be happy life, wherever and wherever you are. Bye-bye!